Hi, today I will talk about the Russia-Ukraine conflict and I will try to touch all important points which will help you in the main sense writing. So, myself Ahmad, and once again I welcome to all of you on my channel UPSC Knowledge Network. See, the Russia-Ukraine conflict is the nothing new because Ukraine was the part of the Soviet Union and the Ukraine was the second largest and the powerful state in the Soviet Union after the Russia because of the following reasons. First, the Ukraine has been a hub for commercial industries, factories, and the defense manufacturing. Second, the Ukraine provides Russia with access to Black Sea and crucial connectivity to the Mediterranean Sea. Third, the location of the Ukraine is very important because it is seen as buffer state between the Russia and the Europe, and that's why the Western nation and the Russia have been trying to have as much influence over Ukraine as possible. So let's see that when the Russia-Ukraine conflict started. See, the Russia-Ukraine conflict started in 2013 when the Ukraine government decided to suspend signing of an agreement with the European Union because the Ukraine government was considered to be closer to Russia, and this angered a lot of people in Ukraine because most people in Ukraine think that their economical development will only happen if they come close to Western nation, because they consider that the Russia is a much bigger power who is trying to control them. And that's why the most of the people in Ukraine have been trying to force much better relation with the Western nation and the US. And see, this refusal of an agreement with the European Union, it led lot of protest in Ukraine, and even if it changed the government of the Ukraine, which was pro-Russia. And see, this led to Russia asserting its authority and seizing the area of the Crimea from the Ukraine. See, the Crimea was the southern peninsula of the Ukraine. And see, when the Russia snatched away the Crimea from the Ukraine, since when the Ukraine has been urging that it wants to be a member of the NATO. See, the NATO works on a concept that an attack against any one member of the NATO is considered an attack every member of the NATO. That's why the Ukraine want to be a part of the NATO. So let's see that what's our demand of Russia. See, Russia says that the NATO should withdraw its troops and the weapons from all countries in Europe which were earlier the part of the Soviet Union. Second, the NATO should not operate in the Eastern European countries such as the Estonia, Lithuania, because they share common border with the Russia. Third, the NATO should not enlarge its size, especially towards Eastern European country. Fourth, NATO should stop military activities in the Eastern European countries such as the Ukraine and the Georgia. So these are the demand of the Russia, but these demands are not accepted by the any country because they think this is unrealistic, because every single country is the sovereign, so they are free to take their decision. So let's try to understand one more angle, that is the conflict between the Russia and the Germany, that is the gas pipeline which is known as Nord Stream 2 pipeline that connects Russia to the Germany. See, the Germany buys a lot of gas from the Russia, and this particular pipeline will double the volume of the gas that is supplied from Russia to the Germany. See, Germany is very keen on cutting down the use of coal and the nuclear energy. That's why the Germany wants more cheaper gas from the Russia. And see, this deal has been signed when the Angela Merkel was the chancellor of the Germany, but now the government has changed in the Germany, and there is a coalition government, and the Green Party is the second largest party of the Germany, and the vice chancellor of the Germany, who is belong to the Green Party, has said that this pipeline is mistake from geopolitical perspective. And even if he said that if Russia take any military action against the Ukraine, then we will not start this pipeline. And we know that the Russia attacked the Ukraine. So let's see what major step Germany takes against the Russia. And see, this the construction of this pipeline has been completed. They just need certain approval from authorities. And see, this will help both the countries because Russia will earn the more money from this pipeline, whereas the Germany will meet its goal. It's the goal of cutting down the use of coal and the nuclear energy. See, in 2014, when the Russia snatched away the Crimea from the Ukraine, there was two agreement signed after that, and they are called the Minsk Agreement. First Minsk Agreement has been signed in 2014 to resolve the confrontation between the Russia-Ukraine rebel group in the Donbas region of the Ukraine, but it has failed to resolve the confrontation between them. That's why there was another agreement that has been signed in 2015, that is called the Minsk Agreement 2, but it was also failed to resolve the confrontation between them. But they agreed for Normandy Format Alliance. See, the Normandy Format Alliance is nothing but a diplomatic grouping created to find a peaceful resolution. And thanks for watching.